Everyone, I got Cabrin Mills. He has multiple things in real estate, venturing into new thing. But I'll let him explain what all he does. So, Cabrin, kind of give your background, where you came from, and what you're venturing into now.
Okay, like Raj said, my name is Cabrin, and I am in Kansas City, born and raised from Kansas City, Kansas, right across from Kansas City, Missouri. And I am currently into multifamily, which we are helping busy professionals find passive opportunities to build wealth. My company, Solar Investments, we help investors and aspiring investors by giving them the knowledge, the resources, and opportunities to build wealth. And we focus in real estate. And we allow them to come in from a passive and active or a portfolio position and just try to cater a total investing experience that gives them just gives them a path basically to build wealth in the long term.
Sure. I mean, where you're not going to get into, I guess I'm going to goad you into it, wholesale and fix and flip business too, or
Yeah, well, and we do several different pieces of that. We kind of dissect the real estate world into a few different areas. So we market and find deals, which is pretty much our wholesale piece. So in the direct, we'll market directly to sellers, so we can find single family properties, and then that way we allow investors, if they wanted to passive, this is a passive position, they can invest passively with us by pretty much funding our deals. We can do like crowdfunding, essentially, where if you have as little as $5,000, you can put it towards this deal. And then usually we give it short term loans is kind of how we structure it. And then you'll get paid usually 10 to 20% depending on the deal and the returns within a year. Usually it's a flat fee, maybe it's 6 months, maybe it's a year. And then if it goes past a year, we'll start annualizing the returns. And from then that wholesaling piece, we also will do, if you want to be an active investor, you can also be able to, you know, basically take on the asset yourself. We can also partner where you will actually have equity in the deal instead of being more of a lender. This would be the active investor side of it, where you will actually own equity. Either you're partnering directly with us, or if you just want to take down the asset yourself to fix it and flip it, or fix it and rent it out, or whatever your exit strategy would be, you have that opportunity. And then we introduce our investors into the portfolio, or the larger commercial deals where they can act as passive investors. And a lot of times these deals require you to be an accredited investor. So our goal is to take people from being an unaccredited investor to accredited investor so that they can take advantage of the larger assets and kind of walk them from a stair-stepping process on through there. So that's kind of the idea. We've been doing this. It's kind of evolved over time, but it's for about a 7-year journey coming to. And we started out with fix and flip, and then got into as a real estate agent. Then we went into the wholesaling, and now we're in the multifamily. So we're kind of doing that same process of stepping people through the each step of investing for their real estate investment journey, pretty much.
gotcha. Well, that actually almost jumped into the next question. I guess I'll just put it as question, but you already kind of answered it. So what Cabrin is saying basically is if you're an investor, little or no, a lot of money, depends. He can make you money and get into to that bigger zone. So would that be accurate, basically?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the goal is for everybody to, the big vision is we want to help 1 million people become millionaires, and we identify a millionaire as an accredited investor. So that's ultimately the goal, is to take, help people get financial freedom and actualize their true potential. Money's not everything, but being able to be financially secure and being able to take care of the bare minimum things so that you can focus on your passions and your gifts and just spend time with your family and stuff like that. I think the world would be a better place overall. So just being helping people to achieve that financial freedom, and so we cultivate investors, and we just want to make sure that everybody's investing and giving them a clear pathway to achieve their goals. Is our ultimate mission.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, as you heard him say, so if you're a new investor, you're not that accredited an investor, right? And then you don't know where to invest. Hey, he can help you. Even little money, you can grow into that big money, basically
Okay.
with his help. And if you see that fit, so I'll be posting the links and whatever contact information I have of Cabrin, and then you can reach out to him and see, it's something you can work with him and. Active, passive, whatever way you want to, so he can help you. So reach out to him. He's a great guy to talk to too. So build that relationship. Awesome, Kevin. So with that being said, I can imagine what inspires you to get up and do every day, but I'll ask anyway. What inspires you to get up and do what you do every day?
I think that for one, my daughter and my mother, my I think that that's probably my biggest why. My mother, and we could kind of get into this a little later on. She has multiple sclerosis. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when I was about 4 years old,
Oh,
and so she's been sick my whole life. And I think, yeah, since I think the last time I remember her working a job or even really been an active mother, if you will, I think I was around 4 or 5. So she's been sick. And when I was 18, during that time, I was caught up in like the street life and just doing a lot of dumb stuff. And she had went into a nursing home during that time. And she's still in a nursing home till today. And like till then, and this is like 14 years ago or so now. And it just like I can't say that it's my fault per se. I won't take that blame. So that's something that I had to let go. But I felt responsible because during the time where I really should have been there active and attentive to my mother, I'll say we took better care of her than the nursing home does, but that's here nor there. Either way, at that time, my uncle, her brother had, basically made the decision for her to go into a nursing facility because we weren't, me and my brother and my sisters were still young in middle school and just starting high school, and me and my brother, we were like running the streets and stuff like that. So I really felt accountable, like especially now looking back, it's like, man, I should have been there to make sure that my mother was in getting the proper care that she needed. And and I just wasn't. I was just young and dumb and just involved in all the wrong things. So that being able to get my mother out of the nursing home is like a huge wow for me. And I want to be able to put her in a home that she's happy and she's comfortable in. Be before she passes, Lord willing, that everything works out and allow us to do so. But I just want her to be able to be in a home that she's happy in and that she's comfortable in when it's all said and done. So that's a big wow for me. And then my daughter, she's my heart and joy. She's a 10. I want to be an example of what can be with hard work and determination, and just instill the values in her as well. So those are two huge things that gets me motivated to do what I do. And then also, I'm just a purpose person. I think that everybody has a journey and a purpose that they're meant to accomplish. And I think that me personally, I just want to make sure that I live my fullest life, and whatever God put me on this planet to do, that I actualize it to my fullest capabilities. And I don't want to leave anything on the table and say, man, what if, or did I give it my all? It's really about how many people you can serve and how many people you can help. That's pretty much my goal.
awesome, man. That's very inspiring. There's a lot of inspiration there. Awesome, Garbin. So yeah, I mean, I know you told me a bit, off the recording, you told me about your background and all. So you obviously have learned a lot and grown a lot. So what's the one tip you can share through your journey that has helped you that can help others?
I would say the one thing, because I was really fortunate in a lot of areas. Like I said, I had made the change when I was about 23 to really get my life on track and everything. And at the time I was in jail, and it was funny because and I think we kind of talked about that off camera, where you said the fact that I realized it, and was able to make that adjustment, and you made a note of that. And I think that point of just paying attention of, I think the universe, God, or whatever, you know, you believe in, is constantly trying to get us on the right path, and it gives us opportunity after opportunity to make that adjustment, to make that change, to take that opportunity, you know. But if we're pessimistic, if we're negative, if we're not vigilant and not looking around for that opportunity, you'll miss it. And I think after a while, you know, God or the universe or whatever, he'll just be like, okay, well, I've tried. It's like that story, you know, the guy who's stranded and praying to God for, you know, to get saved, and sends him a boat, sends him a plane, sends him all this stuff. And he just keep, you know, he's like, oh no, I'm waiting for God. It's like that type of deal. Like eventually you know, I think you're just like, well, you know, you chose not to take advantage of these opportunities. And that, I think that's what happened to me. I was blessed also with a good family that gave me a good upbringing overall. So I was just able to see the signs and make the adjustments needed. So I think that as you go through life, no matter what your situation is, where you are, just always be on guard and watch for what the world is saying, you know, and stay in tune with you know, with the path, because there's always going to be a sign, there's always going to be a person or somebody that can help you get to that place. And if you're feeling that you aren't where you want to be, if you're unsatisfied, if you're uncontent, if you're you know, if you're anything that is not, you know, fulfilling in your life, I just encourage you to be on guard and just listen to your body, listen to your mind, and just follow you know, follow your heart. And it sounds kind of cheesy, but
Mhm.
like that gut, your body will speak to you. And I think the universe as of a whole will. So if you operate in purpose, if you can identify really where you want to go in life, you know, at least look, you know, just ask yourself that question. You don't have to know the answer, but I think that again, if you are constantly on guard, constantly looking and watching out for, you know, what the world, what God has for you, then you'll find it. And you know, I think because ultimately we all are supposed to land at our ultimate purpose, and we'll find our way there. So yeah, if I could say anything, that's kind of been my credit, because I haven't known what to do. I have this whole journey of mine has just kind of been one step in front of another, but I'm always constantly looking and asking, like, what's next? How can I be better? What's my calling? What's my purpose? And even to this point, I still don't 100% know, and that's kind of the fun of the journey. So I'm
Right.
just I would say that would be my advice, is just stay vigilant, stay open-minded, and just continue to pursue your best self, and you'll be amazed at what happens.
Awesome. No, that's a great, you know, yeah, your journey should more than tell people, you know, on what can be achieved, you know, if they put their mind to it. So awesome. Oh, I'll be, like I said, I'll be posting all the links, what I have for Cabrin, you know, whatever he gives me. Reach out to him, you know, especially if you're in the real estate board, but at a starter mode, and you want some help and work along him and get to a certain level. Like I said, he has this huge goal, vision of creating millionaires. So reach out to him. Maybe, you know, he can help you, or maybe it'll be a connection for future, whatever the case is. He's a great guy to talk to. So thanks again, Kevin, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's a pleasure.